Hey soldiers, crime is soaring in Oakland, California. Why are we covering this? Because your money needs to go where it's treated best. So California clearly is not that place with regard to the crime, taxation, and general over-regulation occurring in that state and in the cities within the state like San Francisco, LA, and we're going to cover Oakland. Now, what we have, and what you're going to see, I'm going to cover here, we have an epidemic of young scholars, burgeoning CEOs, would-be Supreme Court justices, just misunderstood nuclear physicists running around causing havoc, and you can't criticize them, all right? I don't care. You're saying you're a taxpayer and therefore, you know, you need to be respected. No. You cannot criticize these young scholars from going around and basically destroying property values, running businesses out of town, and basically threatening life, limb, and property. So it is what it is. Today we're going to cover it by first taking a look at how taxpayers are living in fear in Oakland. Then we're going to talk about the problem. What's the problem? Then, of course, we're going to talk about the solution. So first up, let's take a look at this community meeting and some of the voices that are being expressed here, some of the angst that is being expressed from the community.
A crowd of people outside wasn't even allowed in as Montclair Presbyterian Church was filled to capacity. The crowd inside was eager to talk about violent crime and started interjecting as District Attorney Pamela Price tried to go into a presentation about Criminal Justice 101.
Some people want to know it because everybody does not know it, okay? Address the issue. Okay.
The frustration wasn't just aimed at the district attorney. Captain Clay Birch from the Oakland Police Department was questioned about what officers are doing to prevent crime.
Brothers in blue, I know your hands are tied, but you gotta be doing some preventative stuff.
Yes.
You know, you standing here on the corner right here in Montclair, you can hear the cars come up here robbing us blind. You know? Amen. I mean, you know, please talk about preventative, not a crime happens.
Captain Birch tried to explain how the department's hands are tied, especially when it comes to property crime.
If all we have is a burglary and my officer sees 5 cars being broken into and that car takes off, we can't chase that car.
But a lot of the anger tonight was directed at crime sprees where kids are the suspects. District Attorney Pamela Price said in a recent case there wasn't enough evidence to take a group of kids to court.
What happened after they were let go?
They probably attacked someone else. Yeah, I mean, they're vicious little monsters.
Many concerned residents wanted to hear more about how criminals are punished.
I just want to say that there must be consequences.
Yes.
It's unreal that there are no consequences for these children.
Price did talk about the movement within the state to decriminalize kids, a movement that she identifies with.
One of my goals is that I will give young people hope. That because I was on doing some things that I shouldn't have been doing, but because some people believed in me, that they helped me find another way.
Did you hear the woman in the background say they're vicious little monsters? Well, lady, you're part of the problem. We're going to get to that in a moment. But you heard Pamela Price, the DA. She said that, hey, look, you know, back in the day, I had my problems too. And so therefore, I'm going to graft that onto what's going on today. We got to give these kids, I mean, come on, these kids are going to grow up to be nuclear physicists, okay? We got the cure for cancer. That guy just ran in there to that 7-Eleven and ransacked it and, you know, slapped the store owner in the face and threatened him with a gun. That kid is going to cure cancer someday. So give me a break, okay? That's basically the stance that we have here. So there's a and this sweeps the nation. It's not just in Oakland. There is this thinking among these liberal prosecutors that, you know, we just need to take it easy on these juvenile crimes. And look, the juvenile mind does not mature fully until the age of 25. So you combine that with a lot of fatherless homes, laissez-faire parenting, all right, and this is what you get. Let's just tell the truth. And at the end of the day, it affects your wallet because, you know, I would imagine most of these people in this room are paying property taxes. They own homes in the Oakland area. Every major crime category in Oakland shows sharp increases with spikes of 20, 40, and even 90% in specific crime categories compared to before the pandemic. Now, listen, I don't buy that. This is not the pandemic that has caused this. Back in 2015, we started to see a change. We saw, you know, some incidents occur, one here in Baltimore, where people started to really advance this defund the police notion. It metastasized across the nation, and it eventually resulted in the election of some very left-leaning DAs and soft on crime policies. Policies like here in Baltimore where the DA, former DA, or state's attorney, she just said she was unilaterally not going to prosecute certain crimes. Now that was wrong because instead of going to Annapolis, the capital, and lobbying for a change in those laws, she said she just wasn't going to, you know, prosecute them, which was incorrect because you don't get to pick and choose which laws you prosecute, or you shouldn't. But that's the kind of thing that's been happening around the country. And it has resulted in criminals saying, hey, apparently we can do whatever the hell we want to do. Now, this is Oakland. As of early July, homicides were up 80% compared to 2019, and assaults and robberies were up 40 and 20% respectively. Car break-ins were up nearly 90%, while vehicle theft more than doubled. Let's take a look at this. This is very interesting. This young woman was carjacked, and her voice is trembling. She's so, you know, emotional about it, and she should be. But I bet you she's part of the problem also. Take a listen.
Can everyone hear me? Yes. I am a victim of carjacking up in the Oakland Hills on July 1st at 10 a.m. in the morning. I was pulled out of my car at gunpoint and deposited in the middle of the street. They took my bag, they took everything. This is 10 o'clock in the morning up here in Oakland. Dear Price, I voted for you, and today I ask you, I don't feel safe here. I am an immigrant in this country, but I've lived here for 20 years, right around these neighborhoods. And I'm shaking while I say this, but I'm asking of you, and I'm asking you, Officer Burke, what are we doing to prevent this? How are these people with impunity and brazenness doing this in broad? It shouldn't happen at any time of the day. For them to stop me while I'm driving and pull me out of the car at gunpoint, what are we doing to address this? And how do we stop this? And what do we do?
Okay, and then we've got this young woman who almost was carjacked. Okay, this is something out of like a Mad Max movie. Watch this.
Come on now, quit around. No.
All right, so, you know, moral of the story there. If someone cuts you off in traffic and then jumps out with a gun pointed at you, you get out of there. All right, so what's the problem here? What's the common denominator here? Well, 80% of the population of Oakland votes one way, Democrat. And look, let me disavow some of the notion that I believe that the Republicans have all the answers. No, that's not true. But if you get diversification in ideas, you will get competition of ideas, and that will eventually result in a better governance structure, because it will be clear to people who are running for office that they've got to come with effective ideas that actually work if they are to be elected. Now, is Oakland going to listen to me? Oh, no. What these people are going to do is they're going to continue to vote for Democrats, because all you've got to do is say that the Republicans are racist. Boom. End of story. No need to think any further on it. Damn my property value. Damn the taxes that I am paying out here for the police and emergency services, and I'm getting dragged out of a car. And, you know, most people in America, their car is integral to their production of income because they use it to commute. In some cases, the car is actually used directly, okay, for income generation. In the case of folks with Uber or Lyft or DoorDash or things like that, okay? So most people can't afford to have their car stolen. And when stealing a car, you know, you wake up in the morning, and I've had this happen when I used to live in West Baltimore. Wake up in the morning and your car's gone. Okay, bad feeling, right? My brother knew people in low places, and my car reappeared a few hours later, unmolested. I will be forever grateful to him for that because I was able to make it to work. But being carjacked is a whole nother thing entirely, because that has a level of violence in it that could go south, all right? Some of these criminals out here would just as soon blow you away than look at you. So that's an unpredictable situation, big time variables in there. So look, people, the solution is simple. If you believe that you're paying taxes for a reason, then what you ought to do is demand better. You could do two things. This is a solution here. You can start to diversify your vote, all right? But I can't vote Republican because I'm not a racist. You need to turn the television off, all right? And you need to, anyone with that mindset needs to learn how to critically think. Are the Republicans the panacea, the answer to everything? Absolutely not. But again, it's the diversity of ideas that matters. How refreshing do you think Coca-Cola would be if that was all you could buy? All right, if there were no competitors to that particular brand. How attractive do you think, you know, take the automobile of your choice, your dream car, would be if that was the only automobile you could buy? There would be no competition out there to have people say, wait a minute, I'm going to go with this one because it's better looking, it's better, it's got better quality, it's more reliable than this one. And then that one would have to step their game up. It works the same way in elected politics. These Democrats don't care about you inner city dwellers because they know full well they've got you. All right, you're going to vote for them no matter how you're treated. That is why they take you for granted. And that is not conducive to the income that you are providing for that municipality. You're just feeding the same Leviathan that is devouring you alive. So you can keep doing that if you want, and things will get progressively worse. I guarantee that. Now, as an example of what I just finished saying in terms of the diversity of ideas and competition making things better, check out this video. Tesla is actually doing a bang-up job of proving exactly what I just said, but in the automotive world. This is a company that is doing all the right things right now. They do have some challenges. Check out the video. I made that video because I'm considering an investment in Tesla. Check it out. Guys, I'll talk to you soon.